Alright everybody, well I'm here in the garage once again today, and kind of like I said in the community post, I was going to do a video of testing the reversing system on the LiftMaster 8365s. And I know a lot of you enjoy garage door videos, so I thought I'll make a video of this for you. I have wanted to do this myself because I wanted to make sure that the the reversing system is working correctly. But I also figured, since I know a lot of you enjoy this, hey, make a video for you, So, as I said in the community post, Jay was here recently. We finally got this opener up one more spot, so now it's equal with let me say again, it's equal with the other two openers. So now they're in the same position. Less pressure on the rail when the door closes, and I also adjusted the chains on all three, so they should cling less than they used to. So, one thing about the 8365s is that both the open and the close limits, as well as the force settings, are done electronically. Basically, you set, kind of like in the first video I made of these, you set the open and close limit by 2 buttons, and then after that's all set, then the opener runs in both directions to get a feel of what's required to open the door, and that's how it learns the force. So there aren't really any dials that you have to, adjust on them. You just got to make sure that the springs are all good and everything like that. But now that being said, since the force settings are more electronic, I'm still skeptical because, how electronics are these days. I'm just curious to see, and make sure that these reversing systems are still working correctly. So we're going to do one door each time, and then maybe at the end I'll close all three for you. What the heck. So basically the way that you do the test I've read up on this is, you notice I have a piece of 2x4 underneath each door. And what they say is basically whenever the door comes in contact with the 2x4 on the floor, it should reverse when it touches it. If it does, then that means that your reversing system is good. Now, if it keeps trying to close, that means the close force is too strong, or something's out of whack, if you want to put it that way. But since it's just set electronically, there is nothing to adjust. So I want to make sure that this is still working correctly. If ever we get an obstruction of some kind for the door, the opener reverses and nothing's damaged. So you know what? Let's say for this time, let's go in reverse order. Why don't we? Let's start with door number 3, and then work our way down towards door number 1. So I have the remote here once again. This is from the edge this time, and so what we're going to do is we'll run each door down, see what happens when it comes into contact with the 2x4, and we'll see if the openers reverse accordingly. Hopefully they will. So let's go ahead and start with door number 3 right here. Get a shot of the opener when it, see what happens. See what I mean? Look at that. That opener actually did not reverse. All right, let's open that back up. I don't want the pressure on there. Okay. All right, so door number 3 is definitely not reversing like it should. Okay, hopefully the other two are all right. So you see, so there you have it, guys. My videos can be unexpected. Sometimes something can work and other times it won't. I don't just plan them ahead like, yeah, they'll work. No one's going to watch my videos and be like, yeah, it'll work every single time. All right, look at that. So that opener didn't reverse. All right, so I may try another test with that opener after this. But you know what? Let's turn around. Let's try door number 2 this time and see how this one goes right here. There's a piece of wood. Okay, that one reversed. That's good. All right, so that one reversed just fine. So that one seems to be working okay. I don't know if maybe adjusting the chains had anything to do with that, but that opener definitely should have reversed. At least that one did. So, all right, so we know that one's good. All right, let's go over to door number 1. We'll see how that one does. So same thing as before, let's see what happens. And the wood, just so you know it's there. Okay, good, that one reversed too. Okay, so doors 1 and 2 operated correctly, as you could see. They both reversed. However, door number 3 didn't. You know what? Let me run it down one more time. Let's see what happens. And the wood is still there, as you can see. Yeah, look at that. All right, so door number 3. Maybe the force settings will have to be looked at or something. But I do have another idea of what we can do for it. Go back up. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give this one more test in a different way. What I'll do is I'll take the other 2x4 from door number 2 and I'll put it over here on top of this piece of wood here. Maybe if it's higher up it'll reverse. We'll see, but I mean it should reverse with that piece of wood. But let's put one more piece of wood on there and see if it reverses accordingly. Okay, and as you can see right there, I now have the 2 pieces of wood there. So that comes out to like roughly 4x4 now. So now that the wood is even higher, hopefully this door will reverse now. So let's give it another run and see what happens. Again, there's the wood. Okay, it reversed with that. So it must not be as sensitive as the other 2, I'm guessing. We'll give it one more run and see what happens. All right, one more run and let's see. And you already know the 2 pieces of wood are there because I didn't cut the clip here. Yep, okay, good. So it is reversing with the 2 pieces of wood. So that is working accordingly. Okay, so the reversing system does work technically on door 3. Just the opener's not quite as sensitive. I don't quite know why. Now, see, that is one problem you can have with the electronic force settings, is because you know, in order to adjust it, I think you would have to cycle through it again or something. So yeah, that is one problem with the electronic things, you know. But at least the other 2 are working properly. So I mean, you know, it's good in that regard. All right, so, and obviously I'm not really going to do any adjustments now because the Z is here pretty much for the winter. It got the battery maintainer connected, so maybe in the spring we'll see what happens. But, so it does work, just it's not as sensitive as the other 2. And to be fair, we don't really have any instances of, like, obstructions like this ever going in front of the doors, and regardless, you know, we don't really have any kids here, so don't have to worry about that, but again, so it does work, just not as sensitive, so we'll have to look into that. But at least, for the most part, it does what it's supposed to. All right, so let me, now I'll go ahead and close all 3 doors for you like normal. And before I close the doors, guys, I will just say, you know, for a little of a change as that was, I am still confident that, you know, let's say, you know, I've told about this scenario before, no one's home, a spring breaks, and you try to open the door, that door is going to be a lot heavier than it currently is. So I am pretty confident that, you know, that the opener will stop trying to open if that happens. So, you know, as less sensitive as that one is, it did reverse with 2 pieces of wood, so it does still work. And just that small amount of difference, I'm pretty sure, I think it's okay. And like I said, if a spring breaks or something, I'm sure the door will reverse or rather will try to stop when it tries to open just fine. So, all right, so you get the idea. All right, so to finish this off, I remove the pieces of wood, and I'll go ahead and close all 3 for you. I'll try to hit them at the same time. And here we go. And you can see they close just fine, so that's good. All right, so there you go, guys. A semi-successful test of the reversing system. Again, that one's a little off, but I mean, it did reverse with 2 pieces, so it does still do something. I don't keep repeating that, but you get the idea. But the other 2 did just fine, so those I'm pretty sure are okay as they are. And that one, who knows? But anyway, there you go, guys. That was a test of the reversing system, and for those of you who enjoy garage door related stuff, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching, and take care.